Hey everybody, just Jesse here, welcoming you back into my garage, my man cave, for another day of accountability. And just how are you guys doing with that today? Well, today is Monday, it's September 14th, the year 2020, and I read through Proverbs chapter 2 today. Now, Proverbs chapter 2 talks about desire and what actually separates leaders from followers. So let's take a look at that. Well, do you know what separates leaders from followers? Personally, do you know that? Do you know what it takes to separate the two? I know that good leaders know what steps to take in order to end up taking a brighter future. But what really enables them to know what to do? And how do they differ from followers? Those are the two questions that I break down in this one question that I'm going to ask. And as we look at Proverbs 2, we may just find out that one difference just happens to be desire. So what are three questions to answer in life? What do we want? Why do we want it? And how badly do we want it? Now, when searching for God's wisdom in those questions, why don't we just consider a few phrases that Proverbs 2 uses? So in verse 1, I see that Proverbs 2 says to receive my words and treasure my commands. Next, in verse 2, we see to incline your ear to wisdom and apply your heart to understanding. Verse 3 talks about crying out for discernment and lifting up your voice for understanding. And finally, verse 4 tells us to seek her as silver and search for her as hidden treasure. So all good leaders, every single one of them, hunt for wisdom like it were diamonds. Now, just using the phrases that we learned in the first 4 verses of Proverbs: receive my words, treasure my command, incline your ear to wisdom, apply your heart to understanding, cry out for discernment, lift up your voice for understanding, seek her as silver and search for her as hidden treasure. We have to ask ourselves every day, and it's something that I need to ask myself every day: what is it that I'm searching for? Why do I want to be a better leader in this world? And if I can't answer the 3 questions that we asked earlier, what do we want, why do we want it, and how badly do we want it? If I can answer 1 or 2 of them but not all 3 of them, then I have more searching to do. And I do need to seek for God's wisdom as silver and search for it as hidden treasure. If you've ever thought about going and looking for silver or gold or searching for hidden treasure, it's something that overtakes you. It's the joy of the hunt. It's just the ability that your heart skips a beat when you're thinking about, I might get something so cool. I might, find something that has been hidden for years, and all of that is the same as what we need to be searching for wisdom. So when we take that, when our heart skips a beat for looking for something so worldly as hidden treasure or silver or diamonds or whatever, if we're searching for wisdom now hard, then we will find it. But I feel that a lot of us don't search like that because we don't really trust that God will come through for us. We don't really put our trust that God is outside of this box that we've created, that God has created the universe and He's more than capable of taking care of us in our time of need, because we're such a little dot on the spectrum of what life is to God. So really I want to let the 3 questions sink into you, as well as those phrases that we came across in Proverbs 2. So I'll read them to you one more time. And the first 3 questions say, what do we want? So what do you want? Why do we want it? Why do you want it? And how badly do you want it? What are you going to do in life that's going to provide enough motivation and enough wherewithal for you to actually achieve your accomplishment on becoming a leader out of a follower? And take heart to those phrases. Receive God's words. Treasure God's commands. incline your ear to wisdom. So tune your ears so that they can hear wisdom, and apply your heart to understanding. Not everything is going to be cookie cutter. You're going to have to understand that things may look different to everyone. Next, you have to cry out for discernment. You have to have that in your life. In order to be a leader, you have to be able to discern. And you have to be outspoken in understanding. You have to let everyone know that people do make mistakes, and even as leaders we make mistakes, but we have to let our voices out to know that we want God's understanding, we want God's wisdom, and we need to seek for God's wisdom as hidden treasure. So Proverbs 2 is very inspirational. I pray that you guys find it as inspirational as it hit me today. Something that I've read before numerous times, but it hasn't really taken effect into me like today. So I hope that this message receives you well, and if you think of anybody in your circle that may need to hear this, go ahead and share it with them. Get it out there. That's what being a believer is all about, is spreading the good word of Jesus and the good word of the Bible to the masses. If you've come across this video and you don't know what this is about, I have a video that I make every time I read the Bible, and it's my accountability. I mean, I searched for accountability high and low, and I put my faith in a lot of people, but when it comes down to it, people let me down, and not by any thought process of their own. It's just people are flawed, and I'm not saying that I am not. However, God's word is not flawed, and I have asked God to keep me accountable in reading God's word, and so in doing so, that's why I make a video. Once I read God's word, I put in all of the information that I've learned into the video, and I want to share it with you guys. And that's my number one goal in life, is to share God's word with each and every one of you. And I hope that you guys tune in. If you like what I'm talking about, by all means, like, comment, subscribe. I love to see the new subscribers every day, and I hope that when you subscribe, you hit the bell in the top corner so you get notified of the videos that I put out on a daily basis. So I hope to see you guys soon. I hope to see you tomorrow for another day in my man cave and another day of accountability. And I hope that you guys are being safe, and that you're going and growing, and that God is blessing you.